Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome to the Third and Long podcast. I am Tom. I am joined, as always, by my two amazing co-hosts, Mr. OBH and Mr. Ollie Hope. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Hola. How are
How
we?
are we all?
Jinx.
I'm good. How are you, Tom?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, no, I'm good. Feeling pretty champion.
Feeling pretty champion.
He's one of our Stockport, isn't he?
Yeah, well, we know that's not going to happen. You know, they're going to bottle it. You know, they're like Forest Green. They like bottling things.
Somebody's counting his chickens before they come to hatch, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. If you don't understand, Tom's a Stockport counting. He's been bragging for what? 4 months that they're going to get there. We're going to win the league.
We've been 11 points clear for about
Since Christmas.
Pretty
Since
much.
Christmas?
Yeah, I think it's that, isn't it?
He needs some joy in his life because it's not like the Vikings doing anything.
To be fair, we let the Vikings off. It is off season.
Oh, you're funny.
We tried.
There has been, as always, interesting news coming out of the NFL.
Mainly fixture leaks.
Yep, some fake, some real.
So yeah,
Did you see the guy that created a Twitter called NFL Schedule Leaks and got 10,000 followers, and then
like that.
He made everything up.
That is absolute fair play. Hell a way to get 10,000 followers in a day, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah. In other news, have you guys read that Tariq Cohen open letter to himself?
Oh my God!
That was heavy.
I've read some books, but Jesus Christ, that's hard reading. It's really hard and really emotional. I mean, the stuff he had to go through as a kid, no kid should go through. I'll find it and I'll share it into the group, and I will share it into the group because it is a really good read.
Things he's had to go through since getting in the league too is.
Yeah, I know. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't. You should have more support mentally and physically as well. And I don't think the league does it good enough by the looks of it. But yes.
I mean, fair play to him, but it was heavy and it was very honest.
Yeah, and it shows the human side of him. And there is someone behind this thing that he has on his head to protect his brain. But yeah. Tom, yes. You're very same as me, mental health advocate. So you.
Yeah, I think I read it and I found it really, really hard to read. It was
very hard.
It was tough when we spoke about this very, very early on in the podcast, and I think it's something that me and OBH definitely wanted to sort of push in that direction. And when we look at college players and we look at the draft and we look at the pressures and we look at the scary thing is that when he was talking about, next minute you'll have friends who are supposed to be friends, and then next minute there'll be, there's a gun in your hand, and then next minute is going to be, such and such needs to be bailed out. You know, it's very quick as to how these things escalate, and it's all these people have money, and you know, let's face it, there's a study in America that shows, like, even if you're not part of a gang or affiliated with any gang colours or anything like that, you're going to know people on your estate or block that is.
Yeah.
And especially if you get money, if you're a high school quarterback or running back who's very popular, getting on the inside track to the NFL, you know, you're going to attract
the wrong crowd.
Fingers on, and it's going to be difficult for you, really.
Yeah. I mean, I think an example could be Spencer Rattler. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but he got suspended from his last 3 games as a high school quarterback due to a issue.
Yep.
And all we told is it's not drugs and it's not alcohol.
Well, I think the guys of you seen the film Blindside, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Michael Orr. That is a true story. So he was a part of a gang, as per se. They were trying to drag him back in pretty much because of the size of it. But one of his best friends, who was a talented wide receiver, as they called it, as he's called in the film, was killed. And it says in the film that he would have been at least at college level. It's shocking, and it is scary.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. It's one of the hard ones, isn't it? Let's face it. It's one of these situations where you might not get out of this sort of situation, and it is crazy as to where this stuff does lead you. And yeah, it's just it gives you food for thought, really.
Oh yes. Shall we move on to some more cheerful news? Shall we say?
Yes, definitely.
Shall we discuss how Tom Brady's getting more as a sports broadcaster than he ever did in his playing career?
Yeah, did I read that in his playing career so far he's got 319 million?
I got 332.
Well, whatever, it's less than 375, isn't it?
For 10 years' work. Are we going to take... Right, let's do an over and under. I'm going to do a few over and unders during the night. Over and under, is Brady going to be in the Fox studio over or under 0.5 of a game? So is he going to be in the studio once or more or not to analyse a game?
Over.
You reckon he's going to... both overs. Okay.
I think he will be a broadcaster for a while.
I can see him. He's going to be there. Obviously, he's not going to be there when the Bucks have him in the season.
Oh, are you talking about this season?
Yeah, this season.
Oh, under.
You don't reckon he's going to play? I reckon he's going to be in I reckon he's going to be in the studio. Say if the Bucks play on a Thursday night, he could be in the studio on a Sunday, or if they have a bye week.
Yeah, I guess Greg Olsen went in the booth on his bye week.
Exactly. So I reckon he'll be in there for a couple of games.
I don't think he will this season.
Depends where they're playing. If it's like a Miami team or something like that, when he doesn't have far to travel, he probably would.
I reckon he'll go in when he retires, meaning when he retires.
Yeah, or as I retweeted, if he retires.
I think this is last season.
Now he's doing things like this. He's getting deals in place. He's getting that's a 10-year deal. I mean, let's face it. He's got to be thinking now. Yeah, this is it.
I reckon he said. Giselle's been on his case for so long to retire. I reckon he said after he retired, he said to Giselle one more year.
He can't break the NFL again, can he?
Have you seen? Have either of you seen his documentary?
No.
The reason he didn't retire so many years ago because he knows he could do it better. And this is his word. I could do it better than them fuckers on the field. That's his word. That was his actual words in the documentary. And I reckon he probably still. Well, we know he still can. So yeah. It's going to be interesting. Is he going to be as good as Romo? Because we all love Romo, don't we, over here?
Yeah.
Stop looking at the trades.
So something happens and we all immediately go to our phones.
If you don't know, we're in a different draft. As it's going, it's a long draft. It's like a 12-hour picks. And they keep picking up on our phones. Tom,
I am now on the clock. As it happens, there has been a trade being made.
Yes, seriously, Tom, make your pick.
I've now got my original pick back to what?
Does that mean can I have my 5th round pick back?
No.
Oh, you git.
I told you, I'm not trading my top 6.
I am in 2 minds about who I'm going to pick, but yeah.
So am I.
I reckon you should pick McPherson, the kicker from Bengals.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to induce the wrath of Kelly for that.
I don't take kickers until like the 13th, 14th round anyway.
Me either.
I'm thinking a quarterback actually.
Where's number 5? Hey, there's plenty. Talk about number 5. Thibodeau gets his number 5 jersey.
Yeah, for 50
Yes.
grand.
But it's been paid to charity, not to Janelle.
Yes.
And I really like this. Is a really good charity. So the charity is called Puppy Behind Bars. They raise services. They raise funds for service dogs for the wounded veterans.
Nice pick, Tom.
So
it's not the one I wanted though. So
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, so it's
Maybe
a good
no.
charity. I really like this charity. Looked into it. I mean, they do great for wounded veterans. You know, they help with the blind dogs. They help with people who's obviously mobility issues. There's all that as well. So yeah, I really like this. I think it's a great charity, and it's great that it's not going into Jano's pocket. It's going to a cause that he wants to help for, and that's. I've just been asked, do I want to punch? So yeah, I really like this charity, and I think it's really good.
Well, you are her GM. So anyway, oh no, this is so professional.
Oh, it's brilliant. This is why people love us. Sticking in the big blue men. Pro bowler James Bradbury, or former Pro bowler, has been released. Raising 10. Well, I'm talking. There's been 2 released. Took a 10 million cap space, but they've leaving them with 11 million dead cap space.
Yeah, well, at least they're not the Falcons.
What, 80 odd million?
I think it's 60 odd, isn't it?
It's a vast amount more, isn't it? Because they've traded him off.
I mean, we're seeing cap space playing a big part in a lot of the players being released in the last this off season. You know, we've seen some big names and people that have made us all sit up and go, oh.
And the Niners need to do it because we've currently got the least amount of cap space and a guy taking up 21 million.
What happens if you cut him? Will you get dead space as well?
Oh, it's 21 million plus the dead.
Okay, it's not too bad then.
It's like he's taking up 27 million.
Okay, so yeah, it's still not brilliant though, is it?
But we have 673k space at the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Hi, David.
Hello,
David. How are you doing, sir?
I'm well. I hope you're well. How are you?
Definitely. So he's not the only player who's been released. There has been a certain Jags player released, who we're going to remember from Tottenham. I always said Wembley then, but we're not there yet.
I still feel bad for the guy who was sat next to me.
Shall we remind people of what he did?
Because he went to the toilet before overtime.
Oh, no.
Shall we remind people what Mr. Matthew Wright did?
It's a yarder to win it. It's away, and he got it! He got it! Jacksonville wins and ends the second longest losing streak in NFL.
Look at Flores' face.
I mean, what a game for neutrals. I mean, it wasn't. We have said this many times, and we're going to have to stop banging on about it because we have got some decent teams coming over this time. But we had a raw deal. Let's face it, the UK got a raw deal last season.
I'm telling you, what happened is after the season ended, they went, okay, those 4 have got the top picks. We're sending them to London.
Yeah,
it did look like it, didn't it? I mean,
I think for COVID they thought, oh, well, we're going to get the top 4 picks, so let's give them it. Let's give the UK all these new exciting players because Trevor Lawrence, the buzz around him is massive.
Yeah, he's still there, isn't he? I mean,
but the games weren't fantastic.
Just speaking of that, have you guys seen that Josh Lambo's suing the Jags?
Yeah, I've just seen that as well. 3.5 million, isn't it, for...
Because I kicked him and verbally abused him, apparently.
Yeah, so emotional and verbal abuse, isn't it?
Yeah, he wants his salary plus emotional damage, isn't it?
Something stupid like that, isn't it? The interesting thing about Matt Wright, he was only drafted, brought off the practice squad 2 days before they flew out.
Yeah.
And he's got a good leg on him. I mean, he was fairly successful. I think he was 82% or something.
I think he was 20 from 25 with 4 over 50.
Yeah. He will get picked up because not many people really draft kickers, and the kickers don't really come out of college that often, do they?
A lot of people drafted kickers this year because of Money Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get that style, that class of kicker, that...
I mean, let's face it, they want to sign him and then have him sit and watch the halftime show. Smiling, broad smile, ear to ear. Yeah, I'm watching Eminem.
Yeah, that's quite... He probably didn't even know who Eminem was. Probably didn't recognise half the tracks. Who's that old dude on the stage? Yeah.
Hey, come on. I have to speak for the younger generation. We know who Eminem is. I
was on about Dre and Snoop.
We know who 50 Cent is. We know who Dr. Dre is. We know who Snoop Dogg is. I didn't know who Mary J. Blige was until I looked her up.
At least they didn't impose H on us again.
Oh.
No, that's true. That is very true. That was probably the worst halftime or the worst show I've ever seen.
I don't care who you send, NFL London. Don't send that again.
Fair, I actually quite like his new song.
What? It's not. What is he with Taylor Swift or something like that? I don't get why are they doing it at halftime. Why don't they go back to what they used to and do it? Other band, 3 or 4 shows. They've had Train. They've had Madness. They had Mix. Little Mix.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, they have. They've had Phonics over do it as well. So they've had some decent bands doing it. They've even had Craig David do it as well. Pre-show. Do it pre-show. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to open this question now. We're doing way early predictions later. But way early predictions, Super Bowl halftime show. I'm going to go Ed Sheeran.
I don't think so. I got a real feeling it could be...
David Fierro saying Craig David.
Craig David did it at Tottenham, Dave. I don't know if you were there.
He's quite big in the States again, though, from what I've heard.
I would like to see Foos as a respect to Taylor and have, Taylor's drums playing, or you can even have a hologram of Taylor.
That would be sick, David Guetta.
Sod it, get Metallica on there. Or Slipknot, or someone like that.
I don't know. I can't remember if it's going to really, really wind up OBH.
AJ Tracy.
Hey, it's a Hyperman set. AJ Tracy live and direct.
Sorry, we'll go steps.
I don't know if this is going to wind up OBH. Can't remember what his feelings are on this. But the way that they pushed him last year, they may do the halftime show this year. Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I think it will be Ed Sheeran. And I think, as far as I'm aware, Ollie likes Ed Sheeran.
Hey, John agrees with me. Slipknot are the ones. Welcome back, John. We missed you last week, mate. I went to see Ed Sheeran in Dublin. He put on a hell of a show, to be fair. I mean, Kelly back to that one.
Oh, so David wants Dave. Dave and AJ Tracy.
Don't forget, was it Alex? Who's actually apparently bringing out a song?
Is he? Oh, he's not, is he?
Yeah. That was conveniently in the stage, standing in the Paris Saint-Germain shirt. But yeah.
Ed is a good shout. Ed, I've seen Ed Sheeran in a concert twice, and I'm going to see him again later this year.
He'd get
a really good show.
A mainstream audience. He'd get a real mainstream audience.
He puts on a great show.
I was really impressed how good his show was.
Yeah.
Really, 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 really good show. Shall we talk about something that's happening in about 4 hours?
Schedule release.
We've already been
so
cheeky monkeys.
Somebody told me the draft is the most overhyped thing in the NFL. I think the schedule release is the most
is.
overhyped thing in the NFL. I mean, in football, it's just, there you go, there's the schedule.
Have at
There you
it.
go. Here, it's a leak here, a leak there, a 4-hour show on NFL Network about it.
Although the NFL teams are already at 8 p.m. going, ding, send to the world. They don't care about that. It's.
I mean, we got the first Monday night doubleheader. Titans will be going to the Bills, and Vikings will be traveling to Eagles. Now, I'm pretty happy about us being on Monday Night Football. Means I have to stay up an extra night after work, but
Dave's been putting a load of comments
in.
Christmas Day is.
Can we just talk about Christmas Eve, where the Commanders are coming to Levi Stadium? Just by the way,
is that happening? Is it? Or
that's confirmed, and it's also confirmed that Sunday Night Football on Week 10 is Chargers at Niners, or Niners at Chargers, one of the two. Bosa versus Bosa.
Yeah, I've seen that as well, Dave. We're in the same group. Dave, we're in the same group chat. Remember, mate?
I think that'll be an interesting Thanksgiving show.
Dave, we'll add you onto the chat so we can sit there and take the mick out of Tom when we're absolutely spanking them at 2:00 in the morning.
I believe that OBH has promised to host that game and put on a full Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, I heard
what,
that
2:00 in the morning?
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too, actually, Tom.
I'll be driving by then. I'm heading down to Cheltenham at some point.
Hey, good lad.
Yeah, you're gonna need to tell me when, because I'm gonna need to get the train from Bath.
I like how they've literally slipped us teasers in. There are some really good games in. Haven't added the one that was released today, which is a poor on me, which was the goat against the baby goat.
Yeah, that'll be
Super Bowl 53. Yes. I want to say, was it 52?
I wonder when
this is over. Looking forward to Brady destroying the baby goat again.
Yes. I am. Are we going to watch Patrick Mahomes get chased around the field again?
Not Chelmsford yet, David. Cheltenham.
Gloucestershire. Gold Cup. Home of the Gold Cup. We've got two from Cheltenham. Well, two from Cheltenham-ish. He's Cheltenham Bath and he's somewhere up north.
Stockport. Well, I'm actually not Stockport anymore. I'm Salford. But yeah.
So yeah, I really like these games.
Oh, hold on. Breaking news. It's not from a very reliable source.
Oh God, is it Scheffler?
No, but somebody has just tweeted saying that Jerry Jeudy's been arrested. There's nothing more than that. Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has been arrested.
Anyone drafted him yet?
He's from what I understand, he's a Denver beat writer.
Okay, so it could be reliable-ish. I don't like it until I hear from the NFL. See, you've put Broncos against Seattle opener. I'd love to see that, but I would also like to see Russell Wilson under the lights go back to Seattle, whether it be Monday night, Thursday night, or Sunday night. One of the big games where you got all the audience, one of the primetime shows. He deserves it. Brady got it when he went back to New England.
He will get a primetime game. That will be a primetime game.
Over or under them? Will Broncos have 3.5 games or more on prime time?
Over.
I'd say under.
Over.
Under. Okay. Interesting.
I think Brady will get quite a few.
Obviously, Buffalo are going to get a few because Buffalo is the team.
San Francisco always get it.
So Dave's just gone BR. I'm guessing you mean Bleacher Report, Dave. I'm guessing that's what you mean. That'd be interesting.
I'm guessing
Sunday night football. He deserves it, and so we have it week 1, so he can have his full offense there. Yes, how it should be. And against a Seattle team who won't really know what they are at that point, I think it would be fitting if Russ goes back into Seattle with his Denver team and beats.
Yes, I'm looking. Bleacher Report literally tweeted 1 minute ago.
Nice.
Russ back in Seattle week 1. Broncos will open their season at Seahawks on Monday Night Football.
Dave's got them over 4. Nice. I like that. I think they're going to be on there often. I reckon Bills are going to be on there a lot. When is Bills versus Chiefs going to play again?
I believe I read week 6.
It's got to be early, isn't it? Because you don't want to risk having one of them out injured. And plus, you've got to give, I think, Kansas enough weeks for Mahomes to understand his new wide receivers.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna pose an over under to you then.
Go on then.
49ers over under 4.5 primetime games.
Under. Sorry, did I say that too quick?
I mean, we already have 2 announced.
Yes, I don't think you'll get any more. Most teams get at least 1 or 2, don't they?
So you don't think they're going to put a repeat of Super Bowl 50 whatever when we go to the Chiefs?
Yeah, but you said 4.5, didn't you?
Yeah, but there's only 2.
So that's only 1 more then. 49. Dave's gone 49 under.
I think we're going to get 5. Because I think they'll put Niners Raiders on primetime.
If this is Broncos' first 4 games, ouch.
No, I think he's naming teams that he thinks will get a lot of primetime games.
Okay.
That's what I thought anyway.
Either way. Yeah, I love seeing. I mean, it's the same with football as well. You love going there, and then you go down there. Oh, which was the big games? And you highlight them on your wall charts and stuff like that. I need to put my wall chart when it gets up there, not there, so I'm not turning around all the time. But yeah,
I think it's good though that it's there.
What? So you guys can see it as well?
Yeah, so we can see it as well.
Does that mean I'm going to buy 2 magazines? I can put one there,
Yes.
one there.
Or just photocopy it.
Have I got? Yeah, I could do that. My calendar's big enough at work. Yeah, I could do that at work.
I love how we have production meetings on there.
On air. It's great.
But yeah,
we're not professional at all.
I'm looking forward to this schedule. The schedule being released.
Is anyone actually staying up for it?
I'm at work, so I have to.
I probably won't.
I mean, I'm gonna be watching the Heat at that point because they tip off at midnight. But so
I would say
yes.
No. Yeah,
I'm gonna
possibly.
go yes.
So that's 3, isn't it?
Germany.
Germany.
I'm not sure we can count it as prime time in America because nobody wants to get up. And what is it in the US? Like 7:30?
9:30 in the morning, isn't it?
6:30 West Coast?
Possibly, yeah.
Mountain time, it'll be 7:30.
But the Americans love it over there because they get 4 games, don't they, on a Sunday? So it's literally breakfast, lunch, supper, dinner. They love it. Wings all day. Yeah. Would you like to go?
And we love it because we don't get back stupid o'clock from London.
Oh yeah. I remember the early ones when there were 6 o'clock kickoff games.
Yeah.
And obviously, Tom being up north would get back at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Me and Ollie would like get back about midnight, 1:30, come back, and it's just in time for the evening game kickoff, and you're like half asleep, just sitting there watching games you've done quite far.
Well, I watched this year. I watched the 6 o'clock game and the 9:25 game. Well, first half I watched at the Wetherspoons pub just around the corner from Victoria, and I set up the laptop and I sat it up on the table and just watched football with beers and wings. It was great.
I remember in 2019 watching the Niners Carolina game on my phone, and that was like Bosa's breakout game where he got the interception, about 3 sacks.
I remember driving on the coach back from the first Tottenham game, my phone watching the Red Zone, the bloke next to me watching Red Zone as well.
Yeah, that happened to me too. And like you're watching this on your phone, and then the Octo box comes up, and you're like, I can't see this.
I'm going to put Dave's crush.
I'm intrigued to see the Eagles this year. Do you think this is the year that Hurts kicks on?
This is the year. This is make or break for Hurts.
Well, that's what we were saying. We said that for a while.
Speaking of Philadelphia, AJ Brown's just been taken.
Yeah,
on the draft. The problem is Jalen Hurts. He's the same issue as Justin Fields. Just Justin Fields is a season or two behind. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a good enough quarterback. Most of the quarterbacks last season were better, I think, especially Zach Wilson.
Here's an interesting question for you, OBH, because I know that you're a massive, massive, massive critic of him.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Malik Willis.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Do you think those three in particular are similar style quarterbacks?
Can we throw Tua in there too?
Yes. We can throw Tua in there because yes, they are. No, I'm going to say no because Malik's got a better arm strength than all three of those guys put together. Running around like headless chickens, yes.
But then again, Kyler sometimes runs around like a headless chicken.
But Kyler makes plays. I don't see Hurts, Fields, Tua can't judge Malik Willis making plays. Tua or Kyler is a mini Patrick Mahomes. Kyler makes the plays.
Yeah.
Going back to Dave's question, he wants to see the Eagles. He thinks it's their team to look out for this year. What's your team? What's your teams?
Bar
from your own teams. So Dave thinks he's going to go. He'll go for Hurts.
So what
he says I give 3 years.
So we're going teams to look out for this season.
Yes, other than your own teams, Thomas.
Oh, I wasn't going to go for Vikes.
Saints.
Okay.
I think we're obviously going to be good, but yeah.
Saints are an intriguing one. Okay, with Jameis under a full season, hopefully.
They went 9-7 without a quarterback and without wide receivers last year.
True. Very, very true.
And now they've got a lead. They're getting Michael Thomas back. They've got a proper quarterback, sort of.
No, we're not allowed to be intrigued by Jets, Kelly.
It's funny that Kelly says that because I think it's going to be an interesting year in general for football teams in New York, the Big Apple. I think that Jets have drafted incredibly well. They've added.
We've also
I think we've sort of accepted the Jets are going to be decent this season.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can really...
It depends on what Zach Wilson turns out. That's the thing. If we get Zach Wilson from the start of the season again, last season, Jets could be in trouble. If we get
Zach Wilson from the end of last season, though.
Yeah, they could do quite well.
Apparently, Robert Saleh is obsessing over his calves. Apparently, he's beefed out well, is what they said in his press conference. Don't know what he means by that. I'm intrigued by the Jags.
It's just been confirmed that Joey Judy was arrested today and taken into custody around 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Right now, the police department say they cannot release details on the arrest until he is officially booked.
What is it with second year, third year wide receivers or talented footballers?
Okay, so this is what
it goes back to what we were saying earlier.
This ties into exactly what we were saying earlier. Money, and let's face it, as a wide receiver, you get paid quite a good amount as a rookie, or in your second year, your rookie deal is quite a good 5-year deal or 4 year.
Well, look at Thibodeau's being paid $35 million over 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Let's face it. They're going to get a lot of hangers on. They're going to potentially, if they've been involved with dodgy pasts, then that past is going to get murkier because of the money. All it takes is somebody to say, listen, mate, you've been my friend for years. You've always had my back. Listen, one time, hold this gun for me.
Yeah.
They won't ever suspect you.
Exactly. I agree with Dave. I was actually going to say Jags before Ollie broke the news with Jerry Jeudy. Jags drafted well in the last couple of years. They got themselves back in to get some good players. They've got a head coach now who actually knows what he's doing. Head coach who's won a Super Bowl.
16-year-olds.
Yep. A head coach that has won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But do they have a good enough supporting cast?
Not when you pay $97 million for Christian Kirk, but they've got a good defense.
Yeah.
They've got a good O-line, so it gives Lawrence that chance to make the plays, give those wide receivers a chance to split, to make it. Exactly as Dave just said, they have a young D, a young, good defense, hungry defense.
I mean, I think their defense would be better if they picked Aiden Hutchinson, but that's by the by.
Time will tell. I want to go to a question.
Okay.
We were going to do this last week, but we rambled on far too much about
everything.
Which of the quarterbacks that are running across the bottom? Obviously, we know some of them aren't going to play. Mr. Inevitable, the Commanders, possibly not.
I think it's clear it's Brock Purdy.
What, land in the best situation?
Yeah. For this season, I'd say Pickett. Long term, I think Riddle.
I think Riddle as well. He's going to Atlanta. He's the most. I think he's either the second or the winningest most quarterback coming out of college. He broke so many records. I could see him I could easily see him taking the starting role by week 8 or 9. Mariota's going to get beaten up at some point, or he's going to just do what Mariota does, which is a bit of a Jameis Winston type thing. And I think Falcons are going to sod this. We're going to put the young kid in.
I'm going to say Pickett obviously is going to be a starter. I think.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
I think.
Willis clearly isn't going to get mentored. Tannehill made that pretty clear.
Yeah. I think Corral.
Yeah, because Sam Darnold he seems a team player, doesn't he, Sam Darnold?
Yeah, and I think he will sit behind him for a few games until Darnold starts making mistakes. And in that time, he's going to have had that chance to sort of sit behind, watch what's going on, learn not what to do, what not to do. I think he could be a big part of that Panthers organization.
I think it's interesting what David said, because I think that could be similar with Mariota. Wentz will make stupid mistakes and people will be calling for Howell to start.
Yeah. I was just about to say, what about Sam Howell? What about Sam Howell Commanders?
He's going with Howell.
Yeah, I like Sam Howell. You're very high on him, aren't you?
I am, yes.
If you'd have seen the shows earlier on when we were doing our draft previews, prospects, I'm very high on Riddler. Ollie's very, very high on Sam Howell.
And Tom's very high on Malik Willis.
Yeah, I'm not. If you see the Malik Willis show, I went in on him because I really don't think he's that good.
Partly because
where the hell did that just come from?
Of what a person said on our first draft.
No, it's not that. Under the coaching, if he went to somewhere where there is a veteran quarterback who is willing to help him, Malik Willis could develop into a good quarterback. Could. But the thing is with Malik Willis, he's going there with Tannehill, who's not going to mentor him, who's not going to help him. The thing is, Malik Willis has a great arm. He's good at scrambling, but when he scrambles, his eyes are like that. And he's like, first read. I don't care, I'm going to throw it anyway. even if it's and that's my issue with Malik Willis.
Ollie, can you decipher this? Which bear are we poking?
She's on about you two having a go about Malik Willis or saying Malik Willis. So it is Tannehill's job to lose.
I genuinely like Willis though.
It is. I think he's right. It is Tannehill's job to lose. The thing is with Tannehill, he will always get you to the playoffs. He can't push you onto that next level.
I was going to say, here's the question. My next question on Tannehill. Like you said, always does okay. Always does just enough to get. Well, this year he did quite well. Well, they did well without Henry, but he got into the playoffs and then they got knocked out. And we've said this a couple of years. We said this for last season as well.
Yeah, but if Derrick Henry's running at them, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean they rely too much. They rely on Henry, but as soon as they get to that playoffs, where do you go next? And when does that sort of line where we've got a quarterback who can get us to a playoffs turn into we need a quarterback who will get us to the next stage, whether that be championship game or Super Bowl.
But do you think Willis is that quarterback?
I don't think he is, no. And I don't think Willis is a top tier quarterback. I don't think he will be a top tier quarterback. I think he'll be good for a team. I think he could be quite capable of getting people to this.
I think he is a new Fields Tua Hurts.
If you look at the stats, quarterbacks taken day 2, day 3 aren't usually that successful.
There's a few examples.
There are exceptions. There's Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott,
etc.
Tom Brady. But if you look at like a percentage of quarterbacks that are taken in day 2 and 3, they're actually successful. It's very low.
I'm going to pop this up because he does bring up a good. Could they use Malik Willis and Tannehill in a duel? My issues with that is how many coaches has had success as using a dual quarterback formation. I can only think of Sean Payton in New Orleans.
Even Shanahan said he didn't like using it when he did a couple of times last season.
It's almost like having that wildcat formation, isn't it? But having someone who can actually throw the ball. Unless they use it as like a trick play and use Malik Willis, line Malik Willis up in wide receiver and slot, and they use him as a jet sweep, and they use,
He just said an average QB and then named 4 below average QBs. In my opinion.
Well, including Jimmy.
I was going to say Jimmy G.
Jimmy G's not in the top 20 QBs.
So Dave is a fellow Patriot. We're in the same WhatsApp Patriots group. So I've got different. I like Jimmy. I've always liked Jimmy. I think he's a. I
think Jimmy's a great guy. I think he's a great leader. I think he's great to be in the locker room. But as a quarterback, I feel like he's here, and he will always be here. I feel like the average line is here.
The year that you guys got to the Super Bowl and you lost to Patrick Mahomes' Magic, that was his year. He needed to win the quarterback. He needed to win the quarterback. He needed to win the ring on his own without sitting.
And if he hadn't have overthrown Emmanuel Sanders when he was open and had half the field to himself, we would have won the Super Bowl.
Exactly. System quarterback. He is... this is why Mac is going to be good in New England, because he will fit that system very, very well. Be interesting to see what Mac does in season 2, but yeah. Shall we move on to some very early predictions? Way too early predictions.
Way too early. Way too early
predictions. So, if you listen to our early podcast, you will know that these predictions do not change. We write them in stone, and if you make a pick like
pen and paper,
like the Browns, I mean, can we just point out my Super Bowl prediction was the one team out of all three of us that got the closest to it.
Who did I say? Did I say the Bills?
You said the Bills.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not changing my prediction.
Yes, I hope Mac is going to be.
I was going to say, damn it, I'm going to have to go someone different than I.
Shall we start with the Super Bowl then? So, Ollie, you've given us Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm not changing. I'm going Bills.
Please put your predictions in. We are doing early predictions for Super Bowl, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Rookie of the Year today. Tom, who is your Super Bowl prediction?
My Super Bowl prediction was going to be Mr. Hope's Super Bowl prediction, but as he's been stubborn and not going any different, I am going to go. I think it'll stay in the NFC. I think the Rams have the potential to run it back again.
You got Rams to run it back. I got a feeling it's going to be an AFC team, purely because
Browns?
the AFC is a harder team. Who?
The Browns?
Oh, because Deshaun Watson will be banned for all season, so he can't be a Ram. I reckon it's going to be the Rams' fellow Super Bowl. I am going to Dave Bucks Brady retires Super Bowl. That's a very early bold prediction. I'm going to go for Joe Burrow to lead his team to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
The ring.
So are we doing MVP or Super Bowl MVP or both?
Shall we do both? So I'm going for the Bengals to win it, and that's not because my lovely lady likes the Bengals. She is a Patriots fan, but she likes the Bengals. Okay.
Who was her first pick? Was it? No, it wasn't. Her first pick was Cam Akers, which I thought was a good pick, and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, two great picks.
Kelly's going Broncos.
And then Burrow came forward.
That is a bold prediction in such a hard
That is a very
division.
bold prediction, but I could see it. I've not seen. I've seen crazier.
I mean,
I have as well. I made it last year.
And David said he's got time for the Bengals.
MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Let's go for that one first.
Super Bowl MVP. I'm going to go Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
I'm also going to go for a wide receiver, and I'm going to go for the Rookie Player of the Year, Jamar Chase. Yeah.
I am going to go with we're wide receivers all around here. I am going with Mr. Cooper Kupp.
David saying Brady.
Brady for David.
Did you say Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp's won it 2 years in a row.
David speaking like a true Pats fan.
Yeah.
League MVP.
Josh Allen.
You're going Mr. Allen. Wish Josh Allen, can I just say?
The Bills quarterback.
Don't forget there's two in this league.
The Bills quarterback, Josh Allen. Because as Kyle Brandt said, the only thing that can stop him is the flip of a coin.
Yes, very true. Kelly's gone Russell Wilson MVP.
For the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. League MVP. He's not going to win it 3 years on the bounce. I'm going to give it to TB12. He should have won it last year.
Look at David. Allen to flop this year. You heard it from me. Okay.
And he's gonna have more points of him in Orchard Park this year, isn't he?
Mr. Karen, hopefully. Mr. Karen Rodgers. I'm going to make a really bold prediction, and I'm hoping that John is listening.
Kelly said Mahomes.
I'm hoping that John is listening to me because this. Actually, no, I'm going to go with my offensive. No. Okay, so my MVP award will go to. This is hard. Bloody hell.
It is. You're going to think of like 2, 3,
No,
4,
there's
500 players.
quite a few players who are in contention for every single award.
Well, let's face it, it's going to be a quarterback, so that you got like 32 to choose from.
Yeah.
You might have a few more, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Bloody hell. I'm going to go completely out of the left field here. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert.
That's not a bad. To be
We
fair,
said that he's going to have a big year. He's got a big year ahead of him this year.
Yeah.
And I think the Chargers have given him some weapons to sort of do that and protection. So, let's do it. Let's see what he can do.
They've given him defensive weapons.
Yeah, but I think that could be enough to see what.
He already has weapons in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
Yeah.
And Eckler in the backfield. Very true. Offensive player of the year.
Right, I'm going to resist the urge to scream Devo down here.
Dave's gone King Henry for MVP.
Offensive player of the year. This one's tough. But I think I'm going to go Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. That's a left field one. Tom.
I am excited to see what this guy can do. He's been in the conversation. I think he only lost it because Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase had some big years.
Kelly's gone Devontae.
I think Devontae Adams will have a big year. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson.
Can I change my pick?
Yeah.
No.
I want to go Jonathan Taylor.
You want to go JT? Yeah, I'll let you have JT.
I think Kelly's made a very good shout because that's why I hope that John was watching, but I don't think he is as good as Jefferson. So, and I am excited to see what Jefferson can do under a.
You're doing Mr. Griddy. You've gone for Mr. Griddy, yeah?
Yeah. He has.
My
David's gone for Chase.
Yeah, in my offensive player of the year. Again, it is hard because there's a lot of players. You've got
so many contenders. You got
Cooper Kupp win it. If Christian McCaffrey stays fit, he could win it.
But he won't. Let's face it.
You've got Derrick Henry. If he could stay fit, he could win it. Kyle Pitts could even win it. The second half of his season for Atlanta was really good.
Thank you, Harry, for the win.
And if you haven't seen, he's got a scratching emoji like that. What, Mr. Butterhand? You've not heard? Yeah. Khalil Harry won't even make it past training camp, as we know, Dave. MVP of the year.
Offensive player
of the year. I'm toying with Aaron Jones in Green Bay,
He will get a lot more.
Exactly. That's why I'm toying with it, because I reckon that Green Bay offense will go through him now. Yeah, I'm gonna go Aaron Jones. Yeah, Aaron Jones.
Nice.
Now it gets hard because you're going on the dark side of the ball.
Do you really want me to say it?
Oh God. The season hasn't even started and it's already. Yeah, go on then.
Nick Bosa.
Joey Bosa was that?
Nick Bosa.
Tom, do you want to go Joey Bosa?
I don't. I am going to go.
Which Bosa, David?
Which Bosa, Dave? I'm guessing you mean Nick as well. Go on then, Dave.
I am going to go. Ooh.
Yeah, David agrees with me. Nick Bosa.
TJ Watts.
That's a good shot. TJ Watt is a good
because
shot.
My other option, I think, will get another award, which I'm going to mention in a minute.
And Kelly's agreed with you, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm going to
trade, but yeah.
I'm going to go for a defensive back.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go for a defensive back, and it's going to hurt me saying this because he should have stayed in Foxborough.
You're going JC?
I'm going to go JC. If he carries on the way he did, he had the most picks in the last 4 years in the NFL. not Jalen Ramsey. I'm not an over fan of Jalen Ramsey. I ain't going for JC.
Gilmore.
Yeah. It would be nice to have Gilmore back to where he was, but I'm going for JC. JC Jackson, I think the guy is an absolute stud. I was going to get him as my next jersey, but
Are we doing rookie? Are we doing rookie of the years too, or not?
rookie of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Just rookie, not rookie off or rookie D. This is going to get hard.
Yes. I'll go Hutchinson.
Oh, yeah, that's, to be fair, it's a fair shout, isn't it, Hutch?
I feel like Pickett's going to be the only starting quarterback they can give it to, and I don't think he's going to have a great season.
I'm really tempted to... Oh, Jermaine Johnson. You like Jermaine Johnson, don't you, Kelly?
I reckon if it's not Hutch, it might well be a wide receiver. Cole Strange.
Yes. I said to Kelly earlier on the day, I am tempted to get a Cole Strange jersey. I was actually going to go for a wide receiver, and I'm contemplating which one.
I'm going for wide receiver.
I'm going for one or two. I'm toying up between two.
Do you want me to go first? I know who I've got.
Go on then.
I'm going to go with Wilson. Garrett Wilson.
From the
Oh,
Jets.
that was one of my two, so I'm going to go the other way. Then I'm going to go Olav.
I like Olaf.
None of you going Jameson Williams.
I don't think Jameson Williams will be there week 1 and week 2.
Kelly has put Drake London.
Which one do you want, Kelly? Dwayne Johnson or Drake London?
I like Olav. Olav is...
I like Olaf.
Okay, who are we going to go with for defensive rookie of the year?
Oh, we're doing this. I thought.
Okay, we'll do defensive rookie then.
Let's do the whole hog. Let's go the whole way.
Yeah, go on.
Hold on. If you win rookie of the year, do you not win defensive rookie of the year?
No, it's like MVP and offensive player, isn't it? I think.
So no to Hutch. Let's go Sauce.
Yeah, I was going to go Sauce.
I'm going to go Hutch for defensive rookie of the year.
My offensive rookie of the year, I'll give you, is going to be a bit of an outside shout.
I'm going to go Carl Hamilton as defensive rookie of the year because you nicked Sauce off me.
Nobody going Trayvon Walker or Thibodeau, or matching me and going for the other wide receivers.
Someone's gone for Thibodeau.
Kelly, I didn't see that, but nobody going for
Dave's gone for Hutch as defensive rookie of the year.
Nobody going for Stingley Jr.
Not even Tom. Who at one point you wanted him in Minnesota. Oh,
yeah,
Miami. That's bad. Offensive rookie of the year. Ollie, let's give your left field one.
James Cook.
The running back.
If he's anything like his brother,
I think he's going to beat out both Singletary and Moss for RB1 in Buffalo, and I think he's going to have a great season. And he did drop to me in that draft I wanted him to.
I'm going Bryce Hall, running back in Seattle.
You mean New York?
No, who did Seattle pick up? Who's the running back I'm thinking of?
Was it?
No, I'll stick with Bryce Hall.
It was Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker, that was who went to Seattle, yeah. No, I'll stick with Bryce Hall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll go Olav, I think.
You're going Olav.
Olav, yeah. Okay, so here's the one. Comeback player of the year.
Oh, wow, we're really doing everything, aren't we? Who was injured last year?
I'm going with Chase Young.
Good shout. I need to think about this one. Oh, I'll go Derrick Henry.
I'm going C-Mac.
And
Because
Kelly's going Odell.
Will Odell get comeback player of the year? Would he be?
Will he
I
be fit in
don't-
time?
Yeah. I don't think so. Shall we
No.
leave? We'll leave coach until next week, or do you want to do?
No, let's do coach now.
Let's do coach now. Oh, this is hard. Coach of the year.
Yeah.
Kelly's gone for Woods.
No, David's gone for Woods. Kelly's gone for Odell.
I am
Yeah.
going to go with Stefanski.
Browns.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm a big fan of Stefanski. I think he was lumbered with Mayfield. I don't rate Mayfield.
Kelly's gone Zach Taylor.
I'm looking at Zach Taylor as well. I just couldn't think of his name off the top of my head.
I'm going to go Mike McCarthy.
Really? Cowboys?
No, it's not Mike McDaniel, sorry. I think the Cowboys are going to have a poor season.
I think they are as well.
Actually, no, Robert Saleh.
Jets.
Yeah, Robert Saleh.
Cool. Ollie, shall we go to your baby because you've set this up and running?
Okay. So the Third and Long Podcast League is now open on the NFL app. The league name is Third and Long Pod and the password is Third and Long, all lowercase. Currently, we have me, Ollie, Kelly, and my mate Jack in there. Tom is yet to join.
I hope out to.
He's doing it as we speak.
I will. It will not be a long draft. It will be probably 1 minute per pick draft, and I will
Not a
set.
12-hour one.
Yeah, I will set the draft at a time. At a time when
Just about
there are
sure.
more when there are more people in the draft in there, because I'm not set a time yet. And if you can't make that and you're in there, just
Tough.
comment at some point during one of our podcasts, and I will change it.
Yeah, we'll sort all around.
It will probably be sometime end of August, early September.
Yeah, it'd be nearer the season when the
I
team
mean,
going down.
last year I was doing it at the Bristol Parkway station, so I'm going to try and time it better this time.
Time your travels better.
So, David, what you do is you go on the NFL and then you type in league name Third and Long Pod and the password is just Third and Long.
We will put the link onto our socials as well.
Yes.
During some point, I'll let Ollie do that, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I don't have access to our Twitter, so somebody else is going to have to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I mean, I know I said stuff, but since then I don't have access.
I'm sure you do. You need to sort that.
More
3 hours, three and a half hours
production
ago.
meetings. Yeah,
More
3.5
production
hours. I mean, the thing is, we do have a meeting half an hour before every podcast.
Yeah, but normally ends up talking about Stockport County.
Yeah, and who thought that is? Or Rob Holden getting sent off.
Yep. Feel free to send Tom pictures of Ryan Reynolds. He loves him.
I think Kelly's quite happy at the moment.
I didn't know Fulham were in North London.
Ooh. Talk
A
about
team who have won more silverware than Tottenham in the last 10 years.
talk about poking the bear.
They
Before
shouldn't have rejected my trade offer.
this gets into a riot,
Yes,
shall we say goodnight, gentlemen?
Wait, so apparently we've got second-degree criminal tampering with domestic violence enhancer and misdemeanor. So that's
He'll be
a fine.
Yeah, he'll get a slap on the wrist and then kicked out of the league for 4 games, because that's how it normally works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Oh.
Dave, for that information.
I'm on the clock.
Yeah. Oh,
Ladies and-
make your pick. Make your pick on.
Right, everyone, comment below who I should pick in our draft because I'm on the clock.
because he said that he's going to take a QB. I think it's Herbert.
There's a clue on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Pointed at the screen and you can't see my hand. That's
I can see that.
I've taken it. Trey Lance.
Oh,
Trey
okay.
Lance.
Wow.
I've told you I have a plan.
I hope you've got a decent backup quarterback coming in.
Yeah, I need one. I might take Jimmy Garoppolo and just go with it. No, I do have a plan.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen,
it has been a great episode again. I've really enjoyed it. It's been full of laughs. As ever, we've gone off track. We've come back on track again, and then we finished by going off track again.
And go
so,
circles again. Blame Kelly.
In the space of an hour and 10 minutes. So, I've been Tom Shaw. He's been OBH. He's been Mr. Ollie Hope. And there is only one thing left to say.
Stay safe, all.